Do I exist? That's the question that this video project will hopefully answer for me in some meaningful way. And although it may seem cut and dry, the answer isn't as obvious as it seems. In this era of digital frontiers and metaverse exploration, there's really no way to tell if our present daily realities are what they seem to be. And there's plenty of old accredited weirdos at mainstream institutions like Harvard, Yale, Stanford, etc., who would agree with me. I've read through their lengthy dissertations, and to summarize, they don't know. They don't know if you're real, they don't know if I'm real, they don't know if they're real. And if science, math, and technology have failed to answer this burning question of mine, then the only place to turn is art. So with that being said, let's get this started.
Start slow, start strong. You were calling me.
Feet don't fail me now.
Down, down, down. No! Check this out.
Well, here, really quick, just to point out that the white noise sound effect that I used in the last section was posted to a website called freesounds.org by this user Clankbeeld, and they have over 3,000 sounds posted, all like nature and animal chatter and stuff. And like the clip that I just used was called Summer Wind in Birch Trees. And they all have these super poetic little descriptions. Early summer morning at the river, people chatter at the docks, gray-legged goose and oyster catchers fly over. Like, just so poetic. And then in the bio, it says, text by my wife. So I just wanted to share that.
The magic gravity ball. No strings, no tricks. Mix and match colors for
civilians had been killed than they had self-reported, unchecked since the program's inception a decade ago.
So, Melissa, you had mentioned that these new assessments serve for two purposes: to review an incident, but also to provide some the military holding itself accountable. Did you find any evidence that there were repercussions for the incidents that you just described and the people that carried them out?
So there actually wasn't a single report in all 13,000 incident assessments with a finding of wrongdoing or a call for any disciplinary action whatsoever for the particular people involved in carrying it out. But not only that, because they didn't review the aggregate of all the cases to look for patterns like I did, they were marking each individual strike as a success, seemingly no matter what, reinforcing the faulty detection methods. Again, because they didn't see them as errors. Following up with the victims unrelated to their target.
What did the U.S. military say when, after all this painstaking review of these documents, you brought them your reporting and basically told them what was in their own assessments about civilian deaths?
The military told me that they regret each civilian loss of life and they work diligently to avoid this sort of harm. But I didn't see that commitment in the paperwork, and I didn't see I can't tell you what each individual officer thought as they did their assessment, but I can say that overall, what these documents show is that the military has only prioritized accountability when it comes to satiating their own guilt in a public-facing way. Multiple sources inside echoed my feeling that there was once a place for civilians to be heard, but that doesn't exist anymore, and it truly shouldn't be a reporter's job to tell a mother that her granddaughter is dead because of a U.S. airstrike. The military isn't dealing with their mess because they are refusing to acknowledge the mess even exists. At this point, I've revealed everything I can about what goes wrong and why. And if this doesn't...
He's as big as a taste of my home.
Say hello to the pillow.
airstrikes and have an understanding of what they're doing so that they can prevent it from happening again and and again, then I don't know what will.
Will you tell Dally that it was worth it? I'm just gonna miss you guys. I've been thinking about it a lot, and that poet and the guy that wrote that poem, I think he means that when you're a kid you're golden, like green, like the dawn. When you're a kid everything is new. It's just that when you get used to it, it becomes like the day. Kind of like how you dig sunsets so much, Bonnie.
Could you come a little bit closer?
Your mother. She was the loud, silent type. Yeah, she could make a lot of noise, a lot of orders, a lot of demands, a lot of laughter. And then you just find her sitting quietly by herself, just staring at the water or the moon. I love that about her. Her ability to just go between the two, to connect and to disconnect. She always liked that bridge. And even when we were dating, she would just park her car and just stare at it. I didn't understand. But you do a lot of things that you don't understand when you fall in love with someone, so. I did a lot of staring over bridges and at moons when I fell in love with your mother. We moved here because of the view of the bridge from your room. Oh, but the bridge will look so gorgeous from here, she said as soon as we walked upstairs. It was too expensive. I told her that much too much, but she needed it, so. The view, oh, the view. The motherfucking view, the fucking view. Look at that view. I don't know why your mother was so obsessed with that bridge, Faye.
So there were definitely some times throughout that process when I felt like I existed, but upon reviewing the footage and looking back on it, the feeling didn't linger, and for that reason I'm gonna have to say inconclusive.